This is an example of a statement that we're going to work through, create a truth table for the whole thing, and decide is there a condition by which we can make this statement to be false. So the statement is, if you have high blood pressure and do not regularly take the medication, then you are endangering your health. Alright, so P is you have high cholesterol, Q, you regularly take the right medication, and R, you are endangering your health. So P, if you have high blood cholesterol, that's P, and, so and is a conjunction. Do not regularly take the medication, you regularly take the right medication, is Q, so do not regularly take would be not Q. Then, so we have our arrow for our conditional, you are endangering your health, and that's what R is. So we're looking for P and not Q, then R. P and not Q, then R. So just be careful here. Option A looks very tempting, but that's a biconditional. That would be if it said if and only if. Alright, so let's create our truth table here. So the first thing we need to do is not Q. So recall, that's a really easy thing to do. Q is true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. So we're going to do the opposite of that. False, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. Alright, now notice in this particular problem, they want you to pick the heading that goes here. So you'll pick from that drop-down box, and we're going to do P and not Q as our next sequence. So P and not Q. Alright, so we have P and not Q. So recall, for a conjunction, they have to both be true. So let's go down and just look at these two columns and compare and look for two truths, because otherwise it's all false. So we're looking for two truths. There's two truths right there. So that one's true. There's two truths, that's true. And as we go on down, the rest of them are all falses. Alright, so now the rest of this will all be false. And now our final statement is going to be the final piece of everything. This P and not Q, then R. P and not Q, then R will be your thing you'll pick for the column heading here. So recall that for a conditional statement, I brought up my little table again. Again, this table is very helpful. It's false only when P is true and Q is false. So when the antecedent, the first part is true and the second part is false. So let's look down here and see in the red column, is there anything where this is true? So we've got two truths right here. And then we look at R. So we have true, true, and here we have true and then false. So that one right there, that's the only false. Because when the antecedent is true, that's what we have to look out for with the conditional, when the first thing is true. So we found the true here, and then the R was false. Everything else in the rest of that table will be true. And so for part C, what are the conditions that make the compound statement false? And you can see I had already selected the answer here when I did my screenshot. A statement is false right here on this line when P is true and Q and R are false. So when P is true and Q and R are false, that's when that compound statement is false.